What's up, guys? It's me, Bridget. I'm back with another video. Hello from my bathtub and a glass of wine. So, it's quarantine day, whatever the fuck, and I feel like talking. I was thinking about this story the other day and I was like, damn, girl, that was fucked up. As you guys can see from the title, I'm gonna tell you guys about the most fucked up thing I've ever done to a guy. So keep watching. This bath is fabulous. This bath is fabulous. This bath is fabulous. This bath is fabulous. Yes. Yes. I'm enjoying quarantine, but also I'm bored. You know what I mean? It's like, I didn't really do that much before, but the fact that I'm not allowed to now makes it that much harder. And like, I like the fact that I'm stuck at home all the time because I get to be stuck at home all the time, but I'm also stuck at home all the time. You feel what I mean? You get me? You feel me? Anyways. We're gonna need more of this. So, I'm about to get messy. That was so corny. Okay. So basically the story begins when I was a freshman in college. The only year I ever went to college. Let me give you guys a little backstory. I had been homeschooled from 6th grade to senior year. And that basically means that for a lot of the things in my life, it's like I knew what I was doing, but I really didn't. That's gonna be like a running theme in this story. So basically, when I first got dropped off at school, like kids were already going out the first weekend. And that was like shocking for me because one, you know, coming from being homeschooled, I'd never gone to a party before in my life. I'd really never even drinking before. I smoked a little, but mostly just with like my boyfriend from high school, and then I had smoked with my parents before. That's a whole nother story. Anyways, so coming to college, I really hadn't partied at all. Like, I hadn't done anything wild, and honestly, it's like I knew people did, but I kind of didn't. It was almost like it just existed in a movie world. Like, it's like, you know, movie stars exist, but you almost think they don't. It was like that for me. So getting to college, I was just kind of like, whoa. I have to admit, I was very shocked. So the first weekend after like a week of orientation and stuff, I was giddy. I was like, I'm getting out. I'm going out. I am gonna be wild. I'm gonna be free. Like, literally, that was me. Like, I literally was like, I'm a hoe. Like, I'm gonna just be free. I was so excited. So your girl gets to her first college party. I'm like, where's the alcohol? Where's the boys? Like, let's get it on. Let's Project X this shit. Like, I'm so lit. Ended up having a fun night. I think it really wasn't that eventful of a party. It ended up getting rolled at like midnight and we all left. Freaking, it was just lame. Whatever. I think maybe some kid dropped a couch off the balcony inside the house. Wasn't that exciting. Anyways, my high school boyfriend I had been with for 3 years had just broken up with him, who, you know, was back in Georgia, and I like didn't know when I was ever going to see him again. Flash forward, I never saw him again. So by the time I went to college, I was like, your girl was trying to get some experience. Yeah, so at this party, I remember the running theme of my entire college years was that there was just never any cute boys. I'm sorry. To anyone who knows what school I went to and like knows people there or whatever, I don't know if you went there at the same time as me. I'm sorry. There was just never anybody attractive. It was just a running theme. So, you know, when you know, sometimes when you're young and you're I'm trying to figure out a better way to say this, but there is none. Desperate. You lower your standards and you decide that, you know, anyone is cute. And okay, oh, that sounds so horrible. I need to take that out. I'm not trying to say he wasn't cute, because actually he was attractive. He turned out to be the only guy. He came late to the party. He came midway through the party. Through the whole party, there was nobody attractive, like nobody attractive. And then he came, and then he was like, and like even back home, I would have been like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay. And so, you know, my girl, we was dancing, and she, you know, I told her he was cute, and she was like, okay. And then, you know, we was dancing, and she backed me up a little bit, and then I backed me up a little bit, and then she backed me up a little bit, and then I backed me up a little bit on him, and then he was like, okay. And then he fronted up a little bit, and then I backed it up a little bit, and then he fronted up a little bit. And, you know, we was dancing, and then like I got his number, and then I remember I got his number, and then like right when I got his number, the cops got called, and so like they showed up at the house, and so then I was like, oh shit, I gotta go find my girls and like my ride, and he was like, yeah, I gotta go find mine too. So like we was like split, and then, you know, he went his way, I went my way. And I remember like I was pretty lit, but I remember the next day in the morning, I like saw on my phone, he had texted me something about, I think my phone had died or something, but basically he texted me something about going to another party or whatever, and I was like, okay, like, you know, like your girl's in, all right. So I was super excited about this kid. Let's name him Aaron. So Aaron and I start talking a little bit. I remember I told all my friends about him. I was like, he's rolling him. Your girl's single. I've never really been in this position before. And he was he was a junior. Yeah, he was a junior, so he was like, I like older men. I like maturity. So I was like, he's mature, you know what I'm saying? And I was like really excited about it. I think it was like 2 weeks later, something like that. My friend who lived in the brother dorm, let's name him, Archie. Yeah, let's name him Archie. So he invited me, my roommates, and my other friends to go to like just a little outing down in Santa Monica. We were just gonna go to like the pier and like walk 3rd Street, something like that, whatever. And like he was like, you know, invite people if you want to. I was like, invite people? Like, you know who I'm gonna invite, you know what I'm saying? So I was excited, and I invited Aaron, and we all went, and it was super fun, and it was super cute, and like I remember like my friends kept leaving me alone with Aaron, and I was like, why do y'all keep doing this? Like, I need this to be a friend thing. Like, I need you guys around. Like, I was so awkward, I was so uncomfortable, so I was like, I need your moral support. But it was okay, because he was equally as awkward. He was like, why your friends keep leaving us alone? Like, what are they doing that for? And I was like, I don't know. So I remember that outing went like well, but I remember it was like a little weird, because it was like not sure if he was like into me like that, because we didn't hold hands or anything in front of my friends. But then like when we were driving home, he like sat really close to me or whatever, and I remember I was just really excited by him sitting really close to me. So ladies, pause. Red flag number 1. This is where you see this in the story. If you are looking for a genuine relationship and someone sits really close to you, but then, you know, doesn't hold hands with you in front of your friends, or like texts you really sweet things, but then acts like they're your friend, or acts like they don't know you in public, like anytime there are mixed signals, it's because it's a fuckboy. It's because he don't want you. That, at least not that way. He may want you, you know, but he don't want you, you know. So back to the story. So time went on from that meeting, and I remember, like, I think the next, like, day or something like that, he invited me to do, like, a study session with him and his friends or something like that. So I go over his place, and no, it wasn't the next day, because I remember there was, like, a couple of, like, meetings in between where we, like, met at parties or whatever, but it was probably like a month later. Anyways, so at this little study session, we hung out with his friends. He had a friend. We're gonna name his friend, actually. We'll name his friend Aiden. Yeah. So Aaron and Aiden, that was his roommate, Aiden. And then Aiden had a girl whose name was Kristen, who, like, you know, I had met her at the party. She ended up being my, like, friend later on, and then not my friend later on. I don't know. No, weird situation. I don't know what happened with that. But, you know, they're important to the story later on. So Aiden and Aaron were juniors, so they had, like, a junior's apartment in the college or whatever. The way it worked was, like, the freshman dorms and the sophomore dorms were on the main campus, and then you went up a hill and there was senior and junior dorms, and also graduate student dorms, and, like, professor housing, and, like, just a bunch of other stuff. So he lived right at the top of the hill in the junior senior dorms, which was like an apartment basically that had, like, a little kitchen and a, like, living room, little kitchen. I think, did it have an oven? Yeah, it had an oven. And then it would be like a little living room and, like, 3 bedrooms and, like, a giant ass shower. That giant shower, that shower was dope. That shower was dope. We used to, oh, y'all thinking dirty. I was, oh my gosh. We used to hotbox in there. But anyways, yeah, so I remember I went and hung up there. And Aiden and Kristen, like, eventually they went to Aiden's room, and which is at the end of the hall, and then Aaron was like, yo, like, I'm trying to study in my room, be a little more comfortable, you know what I'm saying, get a little more comfortable. And I was like, oh, you want to be comfortable? Yeah, I feel you. So Bridget. Anyways, so yeah, so I went to Aiden's room, or no, wait, not Aiden's room. I went to Aaron's room. Hey, babe. What are you doing?
Hey, baby.
Hey.
God damn. Sexy.
I'm telling stories about my hoe days.
Hoeing. We was all hoes.
Yeah.
I was a super hoe.
I was a hoe. And I'm admitting it. Can't take it back because I did the shit. I was a hoe.
I'm glad you were a hoe. Hey. Hey.
What are you doing?
You better not be hoeing.
What are you doing? I said I was. I was a hoe. Okay, anyways, so where was I? Oh yeah, so no, okay, so yeah, so Aaron and I, you know, we went in his room and we was hanging out, and all right, this is where the story becomes a little bit X-rated. So basically, Aaron and I was like, you know, we was hanging out, we was studying, and then at some point, studying wasn't studying no more, and the music changed, and the lights changed, and our clothes changed, and some stuff happened, and basically, like, I was like, it was dark, and I was like, what am I feeling, you know? Because I was like, I was used to my ex from high school, which was the only person I had ever been with like this before. You see what I'm saying? So while I'm laying here intimately close to this other man, this other male, who I'm expecting to have anatomy similar to the only other male that I've, been with. And as I'm kind of searching, I'm not finding it. And when I do find what I'm looking for, it is just not quite what I was imagining. Not quite at all. In fact, at the time, I was a very small girl, and I felt it was about, if you know what I'm talking about, I'm just gonna say it, okay? I'm just gonna say it. It was about that big. I'm sorry if you're out here and you're watching this. Maybe I shouldn't put this in the video. Fuck. No one knows it's you, okay? No one knows it's you. And you already freaking hate me anyways based on the story, so okay. You know what? I'm just gonna finish the story. It's funny. I'm sorry. It's funny. Okay. Anyways, so yes, this is what happened. I find that this is the case, and you know what? Because I'm gonna say this multiple times throughout this story. I was homeschooled growing up, and I knew things, but I did not know things. And I was like, you know what? Wow, like, not what I'm used to, not what I was expecting, but, maybe not bad. They always say that it's not. I don't want to prejudice, I'm small in areas that people expect other things as well. So, and I was not against it, honestly. I really wasn't. And so I was down, and I was like, let's get, see what I'm talking about. Basically, for like a while, me and him had a thing. Every Wednesday and Thursday, I think that was the day that he had a little break, and then over the weekends I would go spend the night at his place, and it was damn near it was my place, and I was literally spending so much time there that people didn't even know me on campus, didn't know him, didn't know, there was times people had no idea that this was happening. First of all, nobody at all aside from my close friends and his close friends knew about us at all. We would literally act like we didn't know each other on campus, which, pause, that's red flag number 2, ladies. If you're in public with someone that you have seen them naked, there's literally no reason to act like you don't know them. That's weird. If you guys know each other, why? If you've seen them naked, you know them really well. And if you're seeing them naked on a regular basis, you should be able to acknowledge that fact of knowing them very well. That's a little weird. But that's what we would do. And honestly, it was this weird thing. Maybe if I tell other stories about that school, I can talk to y'all about it. But that was a weird freaking culture at that school, that people would party on the weekends together and get lit and then act like they didn't know each other once Monday hit, on campus. It was weird. Yeah, we would pass each other on campus and just act like we didn't see each other. We would sit together at lunch in a table with a bunch of people and not sit next to each other and just kind of act like we were kind of friends but kind of didn't know each other. It was weird. So fast forward, we we're doing the whole thing. Eventually, I remember I kind of started catching feelings, to be honest. I'm gonna just be honest, yeah. And I was aware that we were friends with benefits, but I was maybe we could revisit the conversation, you know what I mean? Red flag number 3. Ladies, that never fucking works. I've never heard of anybody revisiting the conversation. Oh no, I take that back. Shannon Booty did it, and it worked out for her. anyways, so I was like, let's revisit the conversation. Let's see if I can shan booty it up and get up in your booty. No. What? Which one? So yeah, I was like, let's see if we can make this work. And I told him, and I remember like he was kind of like, let me think about it. And then like it was like weeks and weeks go by of me like going up there and like not saying anything about it. And then I like said something, and then he was like, I still need to think about it. It was one of those. It was so typical. I've probably had like 2 relationships in my life that were that typical, like that typical of fuckboy shit. Like, I'm the type of girl to date like crazy dudes who freaking wanna like destroy my credit and freaking marry me and cheat on me and freaking like get tattoos of me, write songs. Like, I'm the type to date crazy dudes, not like typical fuckboys. Like, that's just never been my type. And to go through like the typical fuckboy shit is honestly embarrassing. Like, telling the story is kind of embarrassing. I just have to be honest. Okay, but anyways, so yeah, I like thought I was gonna like convince him to like be in a whole new state, whatever. And so I was starting to like try to do things to get him to like see me in other ways. I remember like it was around like the holidays, so I remember this thing happened where like he got invited to go see this movie premiere, and I remember he was talking about it to me, and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go shopping, get my outfit, I'm gonna go see this movie, I'm so excited because like the actors are gonna be there. Spoiler alert, the actors weren't there, and I know this because I got invited to go to the movie premiere too by somebody else, but then I was like waiting for him to like tell me that like he wanted me to go with him. So like I accepted, it was my girlfriend, she like I accepted her tickets. I was like, yeah girl, I'm gonna go with you, but I'm seeing if this dude will take me because I want him to like, you know, wipe me up, like what the fuck, and he won't. I helped him pick out his whole outfit and everything, and I remember right before the day, like on the day of the premiere, like it was like the school that I went to was like really far out in like LA or whatever, and the premiere was in like downtown LA, and so like everybody had to take like damn near road trips to get there. So like 2 hours before, basically when everybody needs to leave, he's like, all right, so I'll see you when I get back. Peace. And I was like, you, I fucking hate you. And like he's just like, he texted me that. He was just like so casual about it. And then like I showed up at the event looking all bomb as hell. And then he saw me there. He was like, oh shit. And he like came up to me in the middle of the crowd. He was like, hey, you wanna study later? I was like, bitch, no, I don't wanna fucking study. I don't wanna study with your boys. But I did wanna study. Did I go study that night? I think I did. Wow. Bridget, wow. I'm embarrassed for myself. Lord! Yeah, I went back with him that night. I like got in the car with him and went back to the campus with him. Wow! Wow, Bridget. So, anyways, that happened. And like I was thinking like, you know, I came back looking fine, like he about to be mine. Like, no. Like, girl, no. Girl, bye. So then around my birthday time, my birthday is the very beginning of December, so it's like right before winter break, and right before winter break is everybody's midterms, always. And literally my birthday that year landed directly in the middle of midterm week, which really sucked ass for everyone. So I planned this whole thing where basically I was just gonna do like a little dinner, like to cut into everybody's like studying for midterms or whatever. It was like a very, very planned thing because I was like, I don't want to interrupt anybody's midterms. Like I want everybody to be able to plan for this and like, you know what I mean? And I had everybody like RSVP ahead of time except for Aaron, because I was asking him for like weeks and weeks before if he could make it. And he was like, I don't know if I can make it, you know, because he was studying to be a doctor. So he was like, I have like a really hard midterms, like you don't understand. Or wait, no, was he even studying to be a doctor? I think he was in like fucking sports med, bro. Typical, Lord. Anyways, it's so embarrassing. Basically, like, he was like saying all this stuff about like how like he didn't know if he was gonna make it, all this going up into it. And I was like, oh, it would mean so much to me if you would go, like, please, like, it's just a few hours, like, my friend's gonna drive you, all you have to do is be at this place at a certain time, like, we'll drive you there and back, everybody has finals, so like everybody's gonna be studying really hard, please, like, it would mean so much to me. I was begging him. So embarrassing, Lord. So basically, I think it was like a couple days before, he ended up saying yes. And I remember I was so excited that he said yes, because up until this point, I was not planning for this dinner at all. I was having the dinner at like one of my favorite restaurants in the area. It was like a really nice, fancy, bougie restaurant. It was great, but I was planning on wearing like a random ass dress from the back of my closet. Like, I was just not really excited about it. Once he said he was coming, girl, I was like, oh shit, Mom, Dad, I need $50. I need to get an outfit. Actually make that 100. I need freaking Archie. I need a ride to the mall. I need to get my freaking spin on. Girl, my roommate, I need you to come with me. I need you to just dress me up, style me up, do my makeup. Girl, I look so ratchet. You guys should see the pictures. I'm gonna post the pictures from my 18th birthday. Oh my Lord, these pictures are so embarrassing. And the blonde hair. Oh God. Oh, I can't even see him right now. But just remembering them and knowing that you guys are seeing them is disgusting. Anyways, I was like hella excited because he said he was gonna come. The morning of my birthday, I wake up and I'm getting like hella texts from all these people. They're all like, happy birthday, like, that's what's up, like, I can't wait to hang out with you when you get back from winter break, like, cause I'm studying for midterms and I'm definitely not hanging out with you for your birthday, but like, have a good birthday, Yeah, that was like basically what everybody was telling me. It really sucked. That was a shitty ass birthday. Except for like my really close people. I had like the people who were really close to me, the people in those pictures, which I'm gonna like scribble their faces out, but like, you know, they was the homies. So like I was just waiting for his text. That was all I cared about. I just wanted Aaron to text me. I didn't care if the sun came up that morning. I didn't care if my mom and dad texted me. I didn't care if my grandma texted me. Wow, I was a shitty person. I didn't care if I got A's on my midterms. I was just like, Aaron, come to my birthday dinner and my life is complete. You can bury me now. I'm done. I'm happy. My will. Everything goes to Aaron. That was me. In the morning time, I think he texted me something like, happy birthday, hope you have a great day. I'll text you later today. And then I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be that clingy bitch, so I'm just wait till he texts me later. And I had told him the itinerary already. I had told everybody the itinerary for like getting to the restaurant and everything. I told them where to meet up and everything like that. And like basically I had all these like different study sessions I had to go to for studying for my midterms. So it's like I went to the first one. It's like I'm checking my phone. It's like Aaron. Like Aaron. And then I go to my next one and check my phone. I'm like, Aaron. Hey, Aaron, where are you? But yeah, no, he's coming. Like, I'm sure he's coming. You know, right? It's gonna be fine. And then, like, I get towards the end of the day, and I'm, like, freaking chilling in the cafeteria. Like, you know, I'm freaking chilling in my freaking dorm, getting ready with my roommate, and waiting for Aaron. And I'm like, I bought these clothes. I made myself look so cute for y'all. Just love me. Fuck. So, yeah, I ended up going all the way to the restaurant. I tried to take these bad bitch pictures at the restaurant because I was like, fuck you, Aaron, like, you didn't want to come. Look at me, I'm looking fly. I'm 18 now, I'm a legal bitch. You don't even have an excuse. Oh, that was the other thing I forgot to tell y'all. That was the reason he said he didn't want to date me, was because I was 17 still. Which, low-key, TBH, good for him, but not good for him because you was still, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I shouldn't put that in the video because that's illegal. But it's been 5 years. It's over 5 years. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I was like, I'm gonna take these bad bitch photos. I'm 18, you know. I'm legal, sorta, like, kinda. Like, you can't fuck with me. I can get anybody I want to. Yeah. And I go back to campus, and I go back to my dorm, and I take up all the makeup, and I undo my hair, wash my hair, I put on my Eeyore onesie, which I was very enthusiastic about at that time, and I go to the campus library to wallow my sorrows in my studies and hopefully pass my fucking midterms so that there will be a reason for my existence since Aaron doesn't give a shit about me. So I'm in the library and I'm just like, you know, chilling, trying to study, whatever. And Kristen, homegirl who was hanging out with Aiden, happens to be in the library, like at like a desk away from me or something like that. So she sees me and she's like, comes up and she's like, hey girl, happy birthday. Because I guess she had seen it on Instagram, you know what I mean? She's like, what's up? Like, what'd you do for your birthday? Like, I saw Aaron earlier today. No, like, you know, my ears was like, what? You saw Aaron? And she was like, yeah, like, you know, he was in class. She's like, what'd you guys do for your birthday? I was like, he sent me a text. And you know, girl, I was salty. I was so salty. And she could feel the salt. Like, she could feel the salt like a salt on a freaking slug. Like, she was freaking disintegrating in front of me. Like, she could feel the salt. She was just like, girl, like, were you guys supposed to do something? Like, and I was like, yeah, I went to dinner with the rest of my friends. He was invited. And he, like, knew about it. I thought he was gonna come, too. But, you know, he just kind of never texted me today about it. He said he was going to, but he just didn't. And she was like, damn, I'm sorry, girl. You know, girl to girl. Like, you know, I was feeling the camaraderie. I was like, girl, thank you. And, you know, she was older than me, too. She was actually a junior, too. So we ended up going to a little study room. She was like, oh, like, I have a little study room. And she had her other friend in the study room. And I was like, lit, thank you. Like, you know, she was going to cheer me up, whatever. So we're in there studying away, like, talking. Like, freaking hours and hours go by. While we're hanging out in there, obviously, at some point, the conversation comes around to, what did Bridget do for her birthday? And Bridget talks about it, and obviously, Bridget's salty. So obviously, you know, people, you know, start talking shit. I'm not gonna say that part's obvious, because, you know, if we're at the higher vibrations, we don't start talking shit over situations like that. We're understanding of all human beings and their inabilities and flaws, and we are able to be forgiving of people in a higher vibration. But that was not where we were at that time. That was not a high vibration moment of my life. So we started talking shit. And it wasn't even, like, purposeful. I swear to God, y'all. This, like, I feel like it just came out of nowhere. Basically, we were talking, and they were like, you know, like, what do you like about Aaron? Like, why do you hang out with him? And I was like, and, like, they were, like, asking me, like, you know, do you want to date him? And I was like, yeah, like, I kind of do. Like, he won't date me, like, or not. That sounds horrible. But I didn't tell them that. I was just like, you know, like, I do. I kind of told them that, like, I had asked him about it before, but I didn't know if he, like, wanted to or not. And then, like, they were like, well, so what do you like about him? And I was like, he's funny, like, I like hanging out with him, he's, like, super, like, cool. And then they were like, basically, and this is how it came up, I swear to God, they were like, so we have this friend who I ended up being friends with, the girl who they claimed said this before, but I never to this day asked her if, like, she knew this, or if this was something that she was aware of. Who knows? But, basically, they were like, she talked to him, like, the year before, because I told you they were all juniors. And so, like, she, like, was in the same year as them, and, like, him and her talked before, and they told me that she told them that he was small. And they were just like, is that true? And then I just kind of laughed it off. And then they were just kind of like, well, you know, like, how are you satisfied if it's true? And I was like, you know, I'm satisfied. And it's just like, I swear to God, it's just like, you know, once you say that just kind of confirms that. And then it was like, you know, it's just like, It's just the truth. So then, you know, obviously, knowing me, I start over-explaining, and I'm like, yeah, you know, it's like this size, and da-da-da-da reason, and this, he does this, and da-da-da. And I just said so much in those moments. I said so much. And then, of course, as luck would have it, who comes walking through the friggin' door with lunch for his girl and an offer to go hang out back at the apartments? Aiden! Yay! So, yeah, Aiden comes in and he has like friggin' wings from the cafeteria for Kristen or whatever. And he sees me there and he's like, oh, what's up? It's your birthday. Like, happy birthday. And he's like, where's Aaron? I'm like, fucking if I know. And he's like, oh, like, you know, you should hang out with him, whatever. And like, so he ends up calling him and like telling him that I'm there. And then he's like, oh, yay, she's there. Like, we should hang out. So then he ends up showing up there. And then I remember literally he shows up and then me and him go back to his dorm and like we talk and I was like, yeah, like it really hurt my feelings that you didn't come to my birthday. Like I really wanted you to be there. And he was like, yeah, like I'm sorry. I should have been there. Maybe we can work it out. Like maybe we could talk about it over the break because winter break obviously was coming because that's why midterms was coming up. And I was like, yeah, I would love that. I want to talk all winter break, and then maybe when we come back, like, we can, like, talk about, like, figuring out our relationship and stuff. And he was like, yeah, like, we definitely should do that. Maybe I can come down at some point during winter break. Y'all, so much conversation. And the next day, I texted him in the parking lot when my dad picked me up and brought me home for winter break. And I remember texting him and I was like, I'm leaving campus, like, you know, can't wait to see you next semester. Can like, we should talk over the break. Like, let me know when you're thinking about coming down to LA. Because he said he was going to come down. He was like, yeah, for sure. Like, we'll definitely do that. Da, da, da. And then I never heard from him again. No, I'm just kidding. So, okay, so kind of never heard from him again. Basically, I didn't hear from him literally all break. And then I came back to school, and months went by where, like, for some reason I just didn't see him at all either, and I even wondered if he went to the school still. I was like, what the fuck? And I didn't go to that big of a school, so I was like, what the hell? Like, where is he? And eventually, the fated day came where I was standing at the bus stop to go on the shuttle to another one of my classes. And that was the other crazy thing. I ended up in a class with literally like all of the people from the story before. Like, so the class, I ended up in this class the next semester when I came back from winter break that had Aiden, Kristen, and the girl from the story who had apparently dated him the year before and told people that he had a small thing before or whatever. They were all in my class and I ended up like really cool with them. The girl who like he had dated before ended up freaking saving my life. She is the reason I didn't die when this happened. Another story, but yeah, like that was crazy. But I like still didn't see him all semester, and then I finally saw him at this bus stop at the like 2 months into the semester. I was so random. I like ended up at this bus stop. I tried to act like he wasn't there. Like I literally tried to like pretend like I didn't see him. Like I had headphones in. I was just like. And then, like, he turned and he was like, what's up? Like, how are you? He tried to act like we had just been talking all fucking time. I was like, hey. He was like, how was your summer? I was like, mine was good. How was yours, stranger? He's like, good. I haven't seen you. I was like, yeah. Did you change your number or something? He was like, no. I was like, yeah, me neither. Yeah, so it was awkward. And then I got on the bus. And then I called my girlfriends and told them about the exchange, and we squealed together on the bus while he could hear me talk about it, because that was like a win for me. And now looking back on that win, that's like extremely cringy. So that was the end of the story. I hope that entertained you guys. That entertained me, honestly. That was a pretty. My bubbles are gone. My bathwater's half gone. I hope you guys liked that. If you did like it, leave me a comment. If you guys would like to hear other stories, give me a like and a comment. And yeah. I hope you guys dig the little intro thing that I made as well. That was like some hard work, y'all, and I think it's really cool and I like it a lot, so I hope you guys like it because one glass of wine and I feel good. This is my quarantine body, y'all. I'm flexing. Okay, let me show you my real body.